All right. Welcome back to,
Hello,
the
everyone.
Marvel Aftershow.
Here we go.
Yeah, episode 3. Oh, jinx.
Yeah,
Got him. Under a roof, touch wood.
but you weren't touching wood when you said it.
The chairs would.
True.
Got him.
Wait, isn't there something like you can say if there's no wood around you, but you're under a roof? Like that, is the same thing? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No.
No. Also,
Hey guys.
existing with passion. Welcome into the stream. I don't know why my stream is not working. Is my stream working? Can you see the stream? Existing with passion, please tell me whether you can see the stream or not. I would love to know. You can? Let's go. Let's go.
Nice.
How are you going today? Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. Waitski, welcome in. How are you, Waitski? Run over the content for this episode, Mitchell.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about more Moon Knight.
Shocker.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
It's not like there's a weekly episode coming out, all the time.
Couldn't be.
So we'll quickly run over our thoughts on episode 3, which came out yesterday for us. And then we'll go a little bit more in depth on episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll get into some Star Wars. We're going to talk about
That's
some Star Wars
interesting,
today.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's called the Marvel Aftershow,
Yeah.
not the Star Wars Aftershow, bro.
Well, we both agreed on it.
Yeah,
we're gonna specifically the Star Wars sequels.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then straying even further
Mm.
from Marvel, we are going to talk about Minecraft.
Yeah, we are.
That's interesting.
Who came up with this?
Fucking someone obviously really stupid.
Yeah.
You're existing with passion. I'm so glad to hear that. Existing with passion. I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah. So to start us off, a little bit of show and tell. I just wanted to show everyone this camera. This beautiful Spider-Man No Way Home steelbook. One of 3 in the store, and I have it, and it is gorgeous, and I'm just showing it off, and it will never be touched by human hands. This is never going to be opened, and it will remain in this condition for eternity. So, yep, just wanted to do a little show and tell. You know, we got a little prop, for the set.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway. Yes.
Thanks for the show and tell.
No worries.
Yeah, should we get into it?
I guess so.
General thoughts on yesterday's Moon Knight episode 3.
I liked it. The pacing felt a little bit off compared to previous episodes for me. But I did think the action was good. I did think, obviously, like Oscar Isaac just gets better and better every episode.
Yeah.
And the action was good and it was a lot of fun to watch. But I just felt like something was just, it moved really weirdly for me.
Right.
Like it felt like it went really quickly, then really slowly, then really quickly, then really slowly. And at the end of the episode, it just kind of like left us in the same place that the episode started, which was, they're just looking for the tomb. They didn't really feel like it made much progress to me. But yeah.
Yeah, I sort of get what you mean. I guess there's like a lot of action in the first half of the episode, and then it slows down a bit near the end. But I never really found that a problem. I think everything progressed quite naturally. Yeah. Over the arc of this episode. Yeah, I guess when you think about it, yeah, they didn't really progress anywhere, as you said.
Yeah.
From at the beginning and then at the end.
Yeah. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
There's something that I need to address.
Oh my.
It's pissing me off.
Stand by, viewers.
There we go. That should be better.
What's he done?
That should be better.
Oh yeah, I can turn this on as well.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Nice. stands by. Thank you for standing by while we experience technical difficulties. Anyway, yeah. Yay, light. True.
Yeah, no, overall, I liked the episode.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah. Just some minor pacing
Just
issues.
some minor pacing issues. Yeah. Which it was fine for this episode. I just really don't want to see it go down that path of the Disney Plus formula, which is like the first two episodes are really strong, and then blah, 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 and it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. I just really don't want to see that happen.
At least I still feel like they were still doing things, you know, like it's not like that they were mindlessly walking around.
That's true. I just hope it doesn't get to that point. Yeah.
And I think there was, you know, lots of the episode was devoted to, I guess, Mark and Steven coming to terms with switching between each other.
Yeah, that's true.
And also developing the relationship between them and what's her name? Layla.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought all of that was quite natural and it didn't drag on. So
yeah. Also, Aaron and Heisen, welcome in. Totally forgot. That's all good. I feel like a lot of Marvel shows are doing that with having action not moving along the plot. Yeah, well, especially, I think it was most prominent in Hawkeye, which we've talked about before. Yeah. But in Hawkeye, literally, like, half of the show is dedicated to them just walking around New York City and then, like, seeing a crime happen and be like, oh, like...
Yeah.
And then somehow they get involved in the crime and then, like, it doesn't actually add anything to the story and they just end up just... Not really doing anything.
Yeah.
Like in a Val game. No worries. Good luck, Aaron. Hope you get the dubs.
Good luck.
Hope you get the dubs.
Yeah, I guess going back to the dynamic between Steven and Mark, we get to see Steven's value to the missions and to little problems because they slowly start to learn that his knowledge of ancient Egypt is is really valuable.
Yeah.
To like sorting out, you know, little puzzles and problems and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's really interesting. I like that. So we can probably see the value of both Steven and Mark as his character. Yeah.
Hawkeye was pretty slow paced. Yeah. Hawkeye wasn't just slow paced for me. Hawkeye just felt like filler.
Yeah.
Like same with Falcon and Winter Soldier. It just felt like filler. Like the whole show I was sitting there and I was like, when's like something gonna happen?
Yeah,
you know? Yeah.
But they could have done a lot more to make it more of like murder mystery.
Yeah, that's what it should have been.
Yeah.
That's what it should have been.
That old guy dies like in the first episode. I forget his name. But
Dabu? No.
Someone the third or something.
Yeah, Dabu the third or something.
But then like, and it seems like it's gonna, continue on that.
Yeah.
But then, and they are still figuring out throughout the show. But then like at other times they just completely forget about it.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Moon Knight episode 3, hints of a third personality.
Yeah.
I know this isn't really a spoiler. It happens in the comics. But what's his name, Danzig? Jake Lockley.
Yeah.
Jake. Yeah, Jake Lockley, the taxi driver. It's as if they made it just to serve Hawkeye some justice, with the character being a bit under the shadows in all the other shows and movies. Yeah. Well, it just felt like they were like, oh, well, the fans like love Hawkeye, I think. So let's give him a show, you know.
Yeah.
And it just kind of felt like, but obviously, like we'll talk about that some more when we talk about like when we bring up the Disney Plus pacing again. But I think we'll keep bringing reference back to that as Moon Knight goes on.
Yeah.
Just because it can either get better or it can descend into Hawkeye territory from here. And like, we'll just have to wait and see how it goes, I guess.
Exactly.
But
from what we saw in this episode, you have speculations that...
Yeah, well, it's obviously going to be Jake Lockley.
Yeah, that there's going to be a third personality to
because there was also 3 posters for Moon Knight.
Yeah,
so one was
true.
Mark, one was Steven, and then there was one who isn't really either of them. So
there was, right?
There was it was Mr. Knight, Moon Knight, and then
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's right.
Could be Steven, it could be Mark, it could be this.
Yeah. And new powers for them as well. We won't go into too much detail now. That'll be next week's breakdown.
Yeah.
But some cool new powers.
For both Moon Knight and Mr. Knight.
Yeah.
There's an action sequence with Moon Knight where you get to see some new abilities and powers with him, and that's pretty cool to see. And then also with Mr. Knight, a more passive ability. He's not fighting at the time, but it's a power which I think is really cool, and
it looked cool to me.
It looked really cool, and I hope it's a very specific ability.
That's what I mean. I don't know how useful it'll be going forward, apart from that one scene.
Yeah, well, I hope that they can somehow make it useful, because like I would love to see more than that. And if we see Moon Knight and Mr. Knight in future Marvel works, like I think it'd be really cool if that's like one of his abilities that he can do, and they can somehow work it into the plot. Yeah, without making it feel forced. But I am afraid that was like a one-off thing. But anyway, we'll see.
The only thing I wasn't a huge fan of in this episode, mentioned it to you before, but it was the green screen in the episode. Okay. I felt like following on the trend from episode 1 with the ridiculous fucking cupcake, like and the tree just like falling onto the road. I thought the green screen was pretty shoddy, especially in the desert. I feel like, you know, in The Mandalorian, how they have like the big virtual sets, and in the background they have real screens that are like projecting like the environment in real time, and they just film it, and it looks so real because they're actually filming real lights and like what's actually in the frame. I don't know why they just didn't do that for Moon Knight. Like, they're filmed by the same crew, they're filmed in the same studio, they're both by Disney, they're both on Disney Plus. I just don't understand why they couldn't have done this like virtual production stuff for this, and instead they stuck with like shoddy green screen. But I don't know, maybe they was getting it, like they were rushed to get it out on time. I don't know, could be something. But
like I think I can safely say nothing as bad as what we saw in episode 1, but I didn't notice it too much, but I could probably believe that it was there. You
shut on kids with a judge-all game? Nice, Aaron. Nice. And one more point we have written down here. Does the Marvel fanfare need to be at the beginning of every TV show episode? Fuck no. No. Mitchell and I have been watching a lot of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. lately, and at the beginning of every episode, like the Netflix shows, there's just, instead of having like the big like logo and like the 3D like swooping around, it's just like comic book pages coming up, and with just like a
and it's just the Marvel logo, just like there.
It's just the Marvel logo, and it takes like 2 seconds, and you're done, and you're into the episode. I think that they should have the fanfare at the beginning of the first episode of the show, just to introduce the show. And you have like the big like bum 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 bum, like the trumpets and everything, the whole orchestra, and then every other episode should just be like
especially like when you see the fanfare at the beginning of every movie as well. So it, and like, you know, we used to like really like it, but now with like so many more Marvel forms of media coming out, and then starting to do TV shows now, just now
it just feels like less special now. Whereas before, you used to sit down the movies and the fanfare would come on, and you'd be like, fuck like another Marvel movie.
And occasionally, like, especially in the TV shows, every now and then they'll add like another music track that's not the Marvel fanfare over the thing, but it's still too so long, and
it just drags on for me.
And it doesn't happen in Moon Knight, but with other shows like Loki has its own intro title as well, and so it feels like it's so broken up at the beginning of every episode, because you have like
Marvel fanfare, then your cold open, then after the cold open, then you have your like either did they have credits at the beginning of Loki? They did have credits at the beginning. I think
so.
I think so. And then like the Loki title, and at the end you also have more time. Mandalorian filming was mint. Mandalorian filming was really good. Wetsky. Look, if Dee comes in, tell him fuck you. Will do. You haven't even heard of these movies and shows, but this stream is oddly satisfying, and you're not complaining. Well, I appreciate it existing with passion.
Oh, thank you so much.
I appreciate that a lot. I'm glad you're enjoying your stay. Should we move on to episode 2 more in depth?
So. Yeah.
I'm gonna crack this open.
All right.
Ready? Oh, that was good. Don't mind your English. That is okay. If you watch the latest TikTok clip that I put on, my English is not so great either. So in-depth review of episode 2.
Yeah.
Do you want to take it away?
Yeah. The first point I've got here, I thought of, and it's quite interesting. I feel like, because from the beginning of the show and up till now, we've slowly started to see Steven losing control to Mark, and then Mark taking over. And 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 now it's starting to, the balance is starting to come back, and they're figuring out how they can both be used in the real world and switching between each other. But
Yeah.
I feel like in episode 2, over the course of the episode, there's like little hints of Steven losing control of his identity.
Right.
And then eventually at the end of the episode, Mark takes control.
Yeah.
And I've got one example here, which I can pull up on the screen.
The other day, I saw someone making a theme song for Multiverse of Madness, mixing Marvel fanfare as well as every specific character's themes, and it was too much. Yeah, that's another thing I feel like the Marvel fanfare is so huge and so gigantic and so grand that you can't have it all the time.
Yeah.
It just feels too overwhelming if you have the Marvel fanfare all the time. Yeah. I think they should have just gone back to all right. Show us this clip.
So this is when he loses his job at the museum.
Right.
And he has to hand his badge over, and I just feel, well, again, you can see the reflections in the glass table. It's more of these kinds of shots.
Yeah. But like Mark, it's almost like Mark is like buried under there because he's out of focus. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
I just feel just this handing over of the badge, Steven, it's symbolic of giving away a piece of Steven's life. Like
I mean even this shot, obviously you can see the webcam's covering it up a little bit, but his name badge saying Steven is in focus.
Yeah.
And then in the background is his reflection. So that's like Mark is like out of focus right now.
Yeah.
And Steven's the one in focus. Like that's pretty impressive filmmaking.
If you go back 10 seconds, to that first shot.
Yeah.
He puts it down.
You can just click the 10 seconds.
10 seconds too far. But...
Yeah, you see that shot. They've done that shot many times.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking awesome.
Yeah. Gotta get back to your shift. No worries, Tyson. Have a good rest of your shift. The MacBook cursor lag is kind of weird. Yeah, it's because we're capturing it with a capture card. It's just a little like laggy through the capture card.
So that's such a small little thing.
Yeah.
Small little detail. I mentioned last week I really liked the setting of a empty storage room branch.
Yeah.
And there's some really cool lighting and stuff done in here. And I know that you said last week there was you remembered a shot worthy of being in Blade Runner or something like that.
Yeah. Really like Blade Runner 2049 vibes. Where we're walking in the archives where all the memories are kept.
Right.
All that old shit is kept. It like really reminds me of that.
Anyway, so he finds this locker, and it's Mark Spector's locker.
Yeah,
so it's got lots of illegal shit in it.
That's how you know he's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has illegal things in his locker.
What else is in this scene?
Cool guy. Exactly, Passion. Exactly.
There's he starts running away from Khonshu.
Yeah, like look at that. That's so well done.
Yeah, look at the white.
So well done.
And I want your opinion on this, Joshi, at the end of this.
Yeah.
Scene. So he's running around. And then he runs into the back of Khonshu. Scary looking dude.
Yeah.
And then that freeze frame there.
I always thought that was really interesting when I watched the show. I don't know why there is a freeze frame there. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. I mean,
like, that's not the computer lag. I know the computer is lagging-ish for stream because of the capture card, but that is not the computer lagging. That, like, literally is what the frame is. It just freezes on that frame. What was the demon-looking thing? Yeah, the demon-looking thing is the god, an Egyptian god. I think his design is pretty cool. Like, Khonshu's design, I think it works really well. But yeah, that is an interesting filmmaking technique.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that comes with the director being newer. I think he's less experienced, but doesn't necessarily mean bad. It just means he's not following the same exact formula that every other director would.
Yeah.
I think he's making a few creative decisions here and there that translate into something a little bit different and a little bit fresh.
Yeah.
Better.
You think it's better?
I think it's for the better.
Yeah.
New and fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I just feel like it was a bit out of place. I don't hate it. And I think, I agree. I totally agree with this new younger director that he's making braver directing decisions. But yeah, did you think like it's a bit out of place, especially since we haven't seen anything like it, or I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a very minor thing.
It was a bit out of
Yeah.
place. I don't know, that whole chase sequence is a little weird. There's like some slow-mo in weird places.
Yeah.
Like a choppy frame or two.
And it might be a bit too long because of some of those slow-mos.
Yeah.
Like, he just like keeps going around corners, which I quite like because you don't see Khonshu.
Yeah.
Again, it's just like him running on his own.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway.
Makes sense.
What else have we got?
Development of the villain?
Yes. We mentioned last week without many spoilers that in episode 2 there was a much larger development of Arthur Harrow.
Yeah.
We get to understand his connection to Steven because he was the former avatar of Khonshu.
Yeah.
So I like that that brings a connection between the hero and the villain. Yeah.
Hold on a second. I didn't realize this tied in with the Blue People movie.
Yeah.
They said it would have no prior tie-ins, and yet here they are talking about Avatar.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
They could be referring
Seems
to the anime.
Seems like a money grab to me.
Yeah.
You have to have slow-mos in a horror film if it's good. True, but I don't know. It felt a little like weird because we haven't had slow-mos in anywhere else in the show. It was just that one part. You think it amplifies Steven's incompatibility to handling scary situations? That's also true. I feel like it was supposed to be like Steven is also kind of like the kind of comedic relief character a little bit. I feel like the freeze frame and like the physical like slow motion acting and stuff. I feel like that all contributes to that.
Yeah,
So I don't hate it. I just think it's interesting.
Yeah. We also get to learn Arthur Harrow's motivations.
Yeah.
He wants to eradicate all evil by resurrecting Armut, who casts her judgment before evil is done, whereas Khonshu does it after, which Arthur's like, his retribution comes too late or something, like that.
It's literally just Minority Report. Have you seen that movie?
No.
So it's Tom Cruise, right? It's Tom Cruise, and he's a cop, and they like look into the future to find out like who.
Right. Yeah.
It's literally just the Winter Soldier, like Captain America and the Winter Soldier. That's it.
Yeah.
It's just Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
But before Captain America and the Winter Soldier, you know how in the Winter Soldier they can like see crimes before they happen, and then like in the Minority Report they can see crimes before they happen, and then in Moon Knight they can see crimes before they happen. It's basically just the Winter Soldier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate, dude.
Water.
Yeah, Dean.
Water. Yeah, true, Deed. We have been told by Aaron to tell you to fuck off. More hydrate. Oh, thank you, Passion. Thank you for the hydrate. Yes. Anyway, the villain. He is developed more.
Yes, he is. We get to learn his connection to the hero. We get to learn some of his motivations.
Yeah.
I like that. Again, this is good. This is what we wanted. A confrontation between hero and villain early on.
Yeah.
And like they literally sit down and like are having a chat, and it makes sense because Steven at the time doesn't know who to trust. He doesn't trust Mark at this point.
Yeah.
Or Khonshu or anything like that.
And like we said in the last episode, he's learning along with the audience.
Yeah, exactly.
So like you don't know quite who to trust because Steven doesn't know quite who to trust.
Exactly.
Which I think is interesting.
And because like Arthur's saying all this stuff about Khonshu, like he's untrustworthy and he tells lies and he's deceiving and all that stuff.
And I like how in after episode 3 we still don't know whether that's true or not.
Exactly.
It like very well could be.
And he obviously doesn't have a very good track record with like the other gods as well. Kind of thing. That little meeting confrontation between Arthur and Steven, I think, is really well done. And then at the end of that, Steven and Layla just like run away from that place, and then Arthur Harrow summons another jackal.
Yeah.
And again, like at the end of episode 1, and then in episode 2, when Steven's looking at the security footage,
and there's nothing there.
There's nothing there, and it seems only Steven can see these creatures.
Yeah.
What do you think the significance of that is? Is it just because he's an avatar and like
I don't know.
So he has like a connection with the gods, whereas
wait, see, this ties into your comment here. I was interested to see how many times Moon Knight was done through the comics and the different ideas for it in the past. Apparently, I haven't read the comics, but apparently in the comics, there is an arc where he wakes up in a mental hospital.
Right.
And it turns out like kind of like the whole thing was a dream, but like he's just actually kind of like going crazy and he's a bit of a lunatic. And in one of the TV spots for the show, there is some shots of him in a mental hospital, like in a straitjacket. So people are saying that this might tie into that run of the comics where it is all just in his head. But I'm interested to see how that will play out.
Yeah. Okay,
so that's an interesting little tidbit there that I found. Danzig, have you seen anything about that?
I do know the TV spot you're talking about, and I cream my pants from trying to see it. I think that it's an awesome shot.
Yeah.
It's an awesome shot.
Yeah.
I don't think they would. I haven't read that comic, but it seems like it'd be like a trip to either get off his body or like something like.
True. He could be like it could be like an illusion or something.
Yeah, or it could be like all done like with Conchu, like doing it to him to like get him to give him back to Marvel.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, Kalan, welcome in. Yes. Do you have a shot to show?
So got it on the computer now. So anyway, the jackal comes through the door. He's with Layla, and only he can see it, and she can't.
Yeah, but then what's interesting is that he can the jackal still affects the real world. Like the jackal can hurt Layla and like make a dent in a car and whatever, but no one else can see it, which is kind of interesting because it means it's not all in his head because like the rest of the world is still affected.
Yeah, exactly.
But you'll be watching episode 3 tonight. Wasky, episode 3 is pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Ready for the best superhero landing ever?
Super landing.
Danzig says this is the best superhero landing. Bang.
Bam.
We see Mr. Knight.
Yeah, it's a pretty good reveal.
Yeah, and what's so good about this reveal is he does a superhero landing, and for a second you don't know who it is. It's like, oh, is Mark in control or is Steven in control?
Yeah.
Waits a second and then
it's so good.
Falls over, and you know
so
it's Steven. Yeah.
I don't know why the computer is lagging, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, but whatever. At least you guys can see.
Yeah.
What we're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, and of course, I think this suit up. I think the way that Mr. Knight and Moon Knight suit up is my second favorite after in Iron Man 1, where he makes the shiny silver suit, like Mark II, and he like screws in and whatever. Actually, third favorite, because also the Mark in the Avengers, where he lands on the platform and like all the things rotate around him, and it's like. Fourth favorite.
What about like
after the briefcase in Iron Man 2?
That's what I was gonna say.
The brief. Okay, fourth favorite suit up in the MCU. The first 3 are all Iron Man. Fourth favorite suit up in the MCU. Is Moon Knight, and like how his like bandages
I love
wrap
that.
around.
Yeah, and I'm about to show that.
Yeah. The transitions are so cool. Thank you, Cat. Fuck you, dude. Yeah, man, I got to rewatch Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
Iron Man.
I think
1
I do as well.
Such a good
Iron Man
movie.
2 has some good moments though.
Okay, Iron Man 3 is one of my top 3 MCU movies.
It's underrated for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's
Iron Man 3 is really good.
Yeah.
I love the Formula 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grand Prix. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk.
Musk.
Cameo? Yeah. Yes.
I think I definitely need to watch Iron Man 2 again as well.
Yeah.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
And I rewatched Hulk recently.
Oh yeah.
It's much more brutal. he kicks the guy into a tree.
I've never actually seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, it's
I'm
like,
pretty sure it's garbage. But
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
like bottom three.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, it's
Fair
it's
enough.
fun.
Yeah,
That's fair. Okay, so this is the suit up, right?
Mm.
Love how he's talking about
Yeah, the reflections are so well
Mm.
done.
it. Oh,
It's so
Oh,
good.
so
And like
cool.
the eyes like
Yeah.
slowly starting to
Yeah.
glow.
Yeah.
So good.
also, I love the design of the jackal.
Yeah.
Just love stuff
Yeah.
Also, you guys get to see it in slow motion. Let's go. The only issue with Iron Man 1 and 2 for you is the casting. Robert Downey Jr. is perfect as Iron Man, though.
He probably means a lot of the
Yeah,
side
sure.
characters.
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
side
Yeah.
characters, yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
You know, she doesn't remember being in Spider-Man Homecoming.
like that. Yeah, she does.
There was an
really?
interview where the
Yeah.
interviewer was like, so, like, you know, how was your experience working on Spider-Man Homecoming? Like, how do you, like, find it? And she was like, wait, I was in a Spider-Man movie? She literally forgot she
Yeah.
was in a Spider-Man movie.
She probably thought it was some like Avengers shit.
Yeah,
you know?
true. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So anyway, once Mark takes over as Moon Knight,
Yeah.
there's a really cool like chase scene. And then this is really sick. Grabs the jackals,
Oh,
fucking
brutal.
impales him.
Brutal. Also, bye, Deed, and welcome, Zolly. Welcome into the stream.
Welcome, welcome.
Hey, best friend.
Oh, your bestie saying hi.
And then look at this. Oh,
Oh, I
so
love the little
cool.
cat.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I love the little cat.
Trailer
It's so
shot,
good.
but
yeah,
it's still so cool.
yeah,
But then, he's like looking for the scarab, and
yeah.
then Arthur Harrow finds it just on the ground, and
Right.
I'm wondering, do we see when he actually loses it, the scarab?
Probably not.
Also, is this the first? Does he drop the F-bomb in this?
Yeah, but there's a bell ringing over it.
Yeah, and he's destroying the glass.
Yeah,
Oh, does he drop the F-bomb? in
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like fucking, and there's like a bell, like
He's
boom.
that? Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that part as well.
Yeah.
That's so powerful. Like when he just loses it and he's smashing the
One of the best.
mirror with Steve, and then
Yeah.
the bells resounding in the background.
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was good.
because that's our hero basically. You know,
Mm.
one of our heroes, Steven, is also there,
Mhm.
and it's just so cool to see that different side of.
I also like how he's not really just a hero, and he's also like he's a bit of an anti-hero.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
it feels more like Daredevil or the Punisher for me.
Yeah.
Even though it's not nearly as gritty or not nearly as dark,
Mm.
it's literally like it feels a little bit more interesting compared to like Captain America,
Yeah.
who's just like, I'm good and I'm going to do good things, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's all well and like
Mm.
that's fine, but
Mm.
I like how this has a few more layers.
Yeah.
You meant Rhodey being Terrence Howard? That's true.
Dude, he sucked.
Yeah, he did. He wasn't great. He wasn't great.
Oh wait, is this? Was
Iron
that
Man
the
1.
first?
The first
movie?
Rhodey.
Yeah. I don't even remember him.
And I was like,
That movie.
boom! You looking for this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of the specifics of episode 2. Episode 2
yeah.
is really good.
I liked episode 2.
Yeah.
I liked episode 2 more than 3 and 1. I think episode 2 is my favorite so far.
Probably
Just
same
like
to me.
a lot happens in episode 2.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Now to address another Marvel topic, the Star Wars sequels.
Mm.
Mm.
Both of us, right?
Yeah, true. More Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And after that, we will be discussing Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, his third, third Oscar Isaac, and
Oh,
after that, X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's
so-
really just an Oscar Isaac.
I have a
Yeah.
question for you boys though, before you get off Moon Knight.
Yeah.
After this series, when do you reckon the next time we'll see him will be?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna say, okay. I have a theory, and I
Oh,
don't.
here we go.
A film
Here we go.
theory. I don't know whether this is true or not, but my theory is there'll be an American-based Marvel team, so that will consist of Doctor Strange if he doesn't die in Multiverse of Madness,
Falcon.
Falcon, fucking whoever else is in the US now.
Yeah.
Kate Bishop, Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Okay.
Yelena Belova.
Yeah.
Whatever. And I think the US is going to go more street level, and then there'll be the British team,
Yeah.
which is Moon Knight. Is Blade American? Blade's supposed to be American, right? But in the post credit scene of Eternals, Cat what's his face?
Do you mean Jon Snow?
Yeah. He's British, and he gets like the blade sword.
I wouldn't do that, mister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a British team which deals with like the supernatural. And then I think there'll be
Like a dark
the
team?
third team. I think the third team will be Bruce Banner, Shang-Chi,
yeah.
etc., etc. You know, like we see in Captain Marvel, like we
But
see
then
the
wouldn't
end
Doctor
of...
Strange be a part of that?
No, but I think that's more Wong.
Oh, Wong,
Yeah.
But not Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I've no way of judging that.
Doctor Strange dead.
What if Wong's dead?
Yeah, no,
It's
Wong
fine.
definitely does.
He's doing
Spider-Man's back in Sonyverse.
No chance.
I don't think he'll tie into the MCU anymore.
Really?
You mentioned any cry?
No way.
My coworker said he sees No Way Home as Marvel being like, cool, we had Spider-Man, now here's a reboot of the character essentially, because at the end no one remembers him, the rest of the MCU doesn't know him, and they just hand him back to Sony.
I mean, fair. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
It's an interesting theory.
Yeah.
But fuck you.
Not you just buying Disney Plus to watch Moon Knight. Passion, I'm so proud. I am so proud of you.
Yeah.
It's so good. While you're there, watch Daredevil. Watch
Yeah.
Daredevil while you're there. I promise you, it'll be better than Moon Knight. It'll be better than anything you've ever seen in your life.
Oh,
Yeah.
It is.
You seen the thing where it was like all his other personalities and the other characters he plays are with him. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, I think
So,
there'll
yeah,
be. I think it'll be split up into teams.
Teams.
Is the main point.
Oh,
I'm
and then
getting
do you
to.
think they'll all come together at some point?
Probably there'll be like, you know, the Avengers or something.
Revengers.
The Revengers.
Yeah.
And they'll all like team up, and it'll be some kind of threat that applies to all of them. You know, it'll be like a street level
Yeah.
threat and a cosmic threat and a, you know, supernatural threat.
I really hope so, because I want to, you know, maybe not necessarily now, but at some point soon, I would like to see all these heroes and these new heroes that we're being introduced to all come together.
Yeah.
I would like to see.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi and Moon Knight together would have been anything.
It'd be so weird, but I would also be down to see it. Yeah.
Moon Knight played Spider-Man.
But Aquafina and
Nah,
Moon
she-
Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck her.
Yeah.
No offense, love you.
Yeah, fuck Aquafina. Better than Spider-Man. Daredevil is better than anything, and the series, not the movie. Don't watch the movie.
No.
Oh, actually, watch the movie, then watch the series.
No, I haven't seen the movie, and I don't.
Oh,
intend
no,
to.
but-
it's hilarious.
Oh yeah, I can't. I'm not surprised.
The soundtrack is just Linkin Park, isn't it? Yeah, it's like- I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. The movie's from 2003. Yeah, but this show is so good.
Yeah. Watch the show.
Okay, Star Wars sequels.
Hmm.
So I'm not a big Star Wars fan. Okay, hold on. What are your thoughts on Eternals being linked to Doctor Strange's movie?
Is it?
Is it?
I don't know. I don't think it will be, because they don't. Hold up, you're in an ad. Okay.
Fuck. Good.
Oh, do you have another ad? Because I have another ad. Turns to jump back.
I'll tell you what though, Eternals, but I loved Eternals.
Yeah.
I loved how it wasn't a Marvel movie, and instead of like a big bad villain, sure you had that alien buddy.
Mhm.
It was more of a fucked up situation that
Yeah.
the Avengers couldn't fix. Like
Yeah.
you needed
Yeah.
someone to fix.
Yeah.
Also, those two post-credit scenes.
That was definitely Chloe Zhao coming through with something
Yeah.
interesting though.
Yeah.
People that clip-
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Okay. Wait. I hope you're back now. I don't think it will tie in. 'Cause I think Eternals is more like cosmic, like space shit, and Doctor Strange is more like multiverse, like
Yeah.
reality stuff. I
Yeah.
don't think it will tie in. Maybe a post-credit scene, like
Yeah.
worst case scenario. I actually have no idea what the post-credit scene of Doctor Strange is going to be. How do you like
Yeah.
end How do you end that movie? Thor?
Thor.
Yeah, one
Sure,
of them
yeah.
will be Thor.
Yeah, yeah.
The reason they haven't released the Thor trailer, in my theory, is because they want all the hype on Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I'd agree. But also, like, I'm curious. Obviously, one of them's going to be a Thor tie-in, but what's the second one going to be? Like, I can't even like. This movie is going to be so huge. I
Yeah.
can't even fathom
Yeah.
like what is going to happen. Which is going to be fun. Okay, Star Wars sequels.
Yes.
So, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I like the movies. I enjoy sitting down and being like, wow, spaceships, pew, pew, pew. But I don't care about like the lore or anything. Of the
Yeah,
Star
you see,
Wars
I've always thought I've liked Star Wars more than I actually do.
Yeah,
Sort
yeah.
of. Because I really... There are a few of the movies I haven't actually seen all the way through. Like, I've seen, like, parts of them.
Yeah.
And then there's not one of the Star Wars movies that I would rate amongst my top movies. Like,
Yeah,
not even one.
yeah.
Like, sure, like, some of them are good.
Yeah.
But, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always thought I've liked it more than I actually do.
True.
Yeah.
Waitski, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. 5 months. Oh my god.
Hey, yo.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm the same. I think I like the sequels more than unpopular opinion. I like the sequels more than any other Star Wars media. Just because
Yes, that is very, very controversial.
not the Rise of Skywalker and not most of the
Just
Last
one
Jedi.
Yeah, but there's
just
one
the Force Awakens. Because I just I like the CGI, I like the cinematography, the lightsabers look beautiful.
It feels
like
so fresh and,
Yeah.
and modern after... Like,
Yeah.
how long was the year gap between...
30 years, no, 20
No.
years.
Was it? No, between the prequels and...
I think it's about 20.
Yeah,
Oh,
20
was it?
something years.
Well, at least 18.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So, like, and I remember that. I remember I remember my first experience watching that movie in the cinema.
yeah,
And the opening, you have, like, the stormtroopers in the ship that's about to descend into
Yeah.
battle, and there's, like,
Yeah.
the flickering lights in the ship. And,
yeah.
And you get, like, all these, like, modern-looking close-ups and lighting that...
Yeah,
you'd never seen before in a Star Wars movie.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like all the movies are so beautiful, and we'll
Yeah.
address this when we go over The Last Jedi. But that one shot where I know canonically it doesn't make any sense, but that one shot where the ship light folds through the other ship. When I saw that in the cinemas, my jaw was like on the floor. I
Yeah.
was like, that is the coolest shot I've ever seen in any movie ever, and
Yeah.
I don't think anything will ever top it.
Yeah.
Like seeing that,
That's
and like
true.
there's no audio. And
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
just
like
silent,
quiet,
yeah.
and you just see, zoop, and like
Mm.
the ship just breaks apart. Incredible.
Yeah.
You're a prequel fan, Waitski? Okay, I haven't seen. I've seen the prequels once. I've seen the first
Yeah.
one. I've seen episode 1 twice, but the other 2 I've only seen once.
Well, you're watching the worst one.
Yeah.
Number one is just... I don't remember a single thing about number one. Like, it's just boring. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
politics, the movie.
Yeah, and Jar Jar Binks.
And Jar...
Yeah.
It's one of the best fight scenes ever created.
Does it?
Darth Maul was.
Oh, yeah,
the
that's-
best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could talk about like for 20 minutes of what makes that fucking fight scene.
I mean, it's very iconic.
Yeah.
The 2 and 3 are... not, they get progressively more enjoyable just because of the memes and
Yeah.
how shitty they get. From one
But
to
I like
three.
literally don't remember them at all.
Yeah, I barely do.
Yeah. Apart from like Natalie Portman.
And
That's
so-
the reason I remember Thor.
And somehow she doesn't age, but Anakin does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also Natalie Portman. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, moving on to The Force Awakens.
And Ewan McGregor. Oh,
well, he's coming back. He's coming
yes,
back.
baby.
Not your MacBook dying through on your phone. Ayo. Force Awakens.
Yes.
Yes. It feels very fresh. I really like Rey. I really like Rey.
Yeah, I think Rey's a good character.
I think
I think a lot of people hate her.
yeah, a lot of
I-
people hate her because they think she's bland, but I think she's actually really cool.
Yeah.
And I think she's like a good protagonist.
Yeah.
I don't think she's the most interesting character in
No,
the world,
no.
but I think she's just a good protagonist.
Yeah. It's more about like what she does and that like we're just like following her
Yeah.
along for the ride. And she's just a figure to
Yeah,
for us to follow
exactly.
to do that.
Exactly. And it's like Moon Knight, she doesn't know anything about this universe, and we're learning as the audience along with her.
Yeah.
And I think that works really well. It's not the most interesting formula. It's been done a million,
obviously.
bajillion times. But
it's Star Wars, like,
yeah.
and like I think a lot of people also think that she's like too overpowered and too good at everything. But again, it's Star Wars. Like, everyone's kind of good at everything.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't think she's bad, but she could have been better. I agree, but I also like how she's not super. I wrote an essay about this in English, and I got an A+, and I've got the essay on my bookshelf. But I like how she's not super light side. She's not just like Luke at the beginning, who's like, like, let's go kill the bad people. She's like, I don't know, like, is there a light side? Like, is there a dark side? Do I kind of fall somewhere in between?
And
like...
what's so interesting about the dynamic between her and Kylo Ren over the whole trilogy is that Rey has questions and is curious about
the world,
and what this and the definition of the light side and dark side, and she, like, at times she gets attracted by the dark, and then the vice versa for Kylo Ren. He's struggling with the pull of the light side as well at times. That makes it way more interesting.
It makes it like more realistic, and more human, because like there is no light and dark side in life. Like, you're always gonna have to like walk this kind of like line of in between. You know?
Exactly.
So I think that's pretty cool.
I was watching a video, and this YouTuber, they have a way of describing Rey, which I really like. Yeah, she's a Disney princess in space, and then she also kills people with a lightsaber. Yeah, I know. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, and but yeah, this is a pretty cool way of describing her, I think.
True.
As for the other characters, Finn. Yeah. Well, in The Force Awakens, he gets a proper story arc like over the movie. He's actually like a good character, and he's developed. And then in the other two movies, he's just forgotten.
Tokenistic. Yeah. Tokenistic diversity, basically.
And exactly. And doesn't have a purpose.
Disney's just like, yes, look, we are diverse. Yeah. We can't be a bad corporation.
Yeah. So in this movie, we're introduced to the fact that he's a stormtrooper, and then he eventually turns good. And
how interesting is that? Like, plot line.
Yeah,
that's so like, when has like ever before in the Star Wars media, I don't think there's been a time where it's like a stormtrooper, like a random background character is like, bam, now they're a main character. Like well, that's great.
I've always wanted a stormtrooper show where it's like based on like this one stormtrooper, and we actually like you get to see. Although I don't think it's going to happen, and I'm not sure about it now, just because we get all these shows on big guys with suits, guys with helmets that like don't talk much. Mandalorian, Boba Fett, it's all like the same. So I feel like a stormtrooper show would be the exact same as well. But I always wanted that idea.
I reckon that's a really good idea. Like a stormtrooper dealing with the struggles of being like in the Empire.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he gets like in order to kill the village or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens with Finn, right? Look, main problem was that so many people just came into watching the Clone Wars, and Ahsoka had already done it better.
Yeah, that's so facts.
I haven't seen the Clone Wars.
Ahsoka is.
I know, like, she's Rosario Dawson in Mandalorian.
Oh yeah. In the Clone Wars, she's really young, and she's like messing up a bit, and she has like trouble committing fully to the Jedi way.
Right. Okay.
And she gets actually, that's like very much.
Right. Okay. It's been an hour, bro. It feels like 10 minutes. Literally fashion.
True.
Yeah. I think Force Awakens is probably my favorite Star Wars movie. I think it's literally A New Hope, but with better CGI and more interesting characters.
Yeah. Well, interesting you say that it's just New Hope. Like, obviously, let's address the statement that many people think that it's just a clone of A New Hope.
Right.
What are your thoughts on that? Right. Well, it pretty much is. But
there's the Death Star.
Yeah.
They have to blow up the Death Star.
Yeah.
There's a Jedi, like a new Jedi, who has to learn about Jedi things.
Yeah.
And then they get a lightsaber. And then they like have to blow up the Death Star. Flying at it with a ship.
and with Han Solo and Chewbacca and the Millennium Falcon. Yeah,
it's literally just the New Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's not a bad thing. And I think, especially after so long since it had been...
Well, of course, it's the perfect reintroduction back into Star Wars.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's the perfect way of setting up the new trilogy.
Yeah.
This movie does its job in setting up the trilogy, regardless of how much the future movies just completely shit on it.
Yes.
You know, it's like...
Yes. Well, it's literally like... like you said, after 20 odd years of being like, well, there's been no Star Wars content, haven't heard anything about Star Wars, people have forgotten about Star Wars. They just reintroduce it with a story that new people, it's basic enough for people who are new to the franchise to follow along with, but for people who are fans of the older franchise, it literally it feels familiar, and it's like, oh, we're back into the same universe.
Yeah,
you know, that's literally all it is.
Yeah.
You saw something on Finn where he cries because his stormtrooper friend dies. Then 5 minutes later, he's shooting them out of the sky at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
I guess that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's
what we have on the Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Last Jedi.
Last Jedi.
Take it away.
All right. Well, we were mentioning the this one shot.
Yes.
Or this one sequence.
Can we bring it up?
Yeah, let's do it.
Surely we bring it up.
So Dragon Ball like.
Yeah.
I'll say the only thing that makes me angry after you watch it.
Okay.
There's one thing that pisses me off so much. I already told you.
Yeah. Yes. It's the...
Oh, here we go. Oh, it's literally on there.
It's on here. Alright, we're gonna play it.
Oh. Unbelievable.
There is no sound.
Yeah, there is no sound.
Yeah.
Like,
there's no
look
sound
at, like, I want to get every frame of that and print it out, like, huge and frame it on my wall.
Yeah.
Like, okay, replay, live action replay. That is just unbelievable. Like, it is beautiful.
I guess I remember I was watching this movie for the first time with you, and you'd already seen it, and you knew what was coming, and and you know, so far, up to this point, I didn't really like the movie that much. I don't think it's anything special. I think it's pretty bad. And then suddenly this shot happens. Best movie ever created. The most amazing thing. And then after this, it goes back to being just kind of bad.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know who the cinematographer for this movie was, but like, look at that. Look at the way that the light moves, like from the beginning all the way back. Like, incredible.
And what a cool idea. Hyperspacing through a Stardust for it, like through another ship.
The only thing that could have been better about this scene was that if Leia had been the one in the ship.
Okay, well, Danzig was telling me earlier, he thinks it should have been Admiral Akbar.
Right.
He dies off screen. He was iconic back then because of the memes.
Yeah.
And, dude, man was a legend.
This is a good shot for you guys, but this was also a great death for Admiral Akbar.
He didn't die. You guys... bitch.
Oh, am I a lurk in the title? Welcome in, Mitch.
Yeah,
yeah, you can lurk if you want to. You know, if you need to lurk, you can lurk. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's my reasoning for thinking it would be Leia. Okay. Look, thank you for permission. No worries, Mitch. No worries. I assume you're streaming, so enjoy your stream. She's dead, right? Carrie Fisher, like, very sad, like, rest in peace, but she's dead. And she died while they were making this movie. So instead of her dying in some random cave in The Rise of Skywalker, like on a bed, and she's just like dying there, like, what's the point of that? She doesn't sacrifice herself. Her death is meaningless. Like, the whole, like, they all stand around and they're like, oh, it's just so sad. But, like, she was such a staple of the Star Wars universe. She needed to have, like, a big send-off, like, thank you for like, your service, like, thank you for leading the resistance.
And can you imagine if it was attached to this sequence of shots?
Exactly. Like, this sequence is so beautiful and so grand, and like, so, like, when you watch it, like, your heart like flies out of your chest. Like, this is amazing. and it literally would have been the perfect moment to do
Yeah.
it.
And instead, it's just this random purple-haired
lady,
that
yeah.
is introduced in this film and then
Yes,
dies in
yes,
this film.
yeah.
And also, there's a moment where where they could have killed off Leia again, in a different way.
Yeah.
Where I forget how it happens, but she like gets dragged off into space.
Yes.
She like,
Yeah.
out of the shit, and then she has the Force.
Oh yeah.
Cool. And then
Yeah.
the Force just takes her back to the ship, and then she's alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's pretty
the
cool.
Force. That's
Yeah.
what the Force does.
True, that is what the Force
Yeah.
does.
You know, if you are strong with the Force, you can just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of the Force, I think this movie
Yeah.
tries to bring power back to the concept of the Force.
Yeah.
And we see that, and at times they do it really well,
Yeah.
and then at other times they do shit like we just saw with, like we were just talking about with Leia, where it's just a plot device and it can do anything. But at other times throughout this movie, they're really doing a good job at bringing back power to the Force, and it has significance again, and we get to understand it more through Rey and Luke.
Kylo.
Yeah, and Kylo as well.
Yeah.
But what we learn is that Rey is a nobody, basically.
Yes.
She's just
Force sensitive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's Force sensitive. She's just, and I like to think that, one in a trillion or more, people or creatures, like are just strongly Force sensitive.
towards the Force. Yeah.
Exactly.
And the other really, really good thing about this movie, where the Force is like really interesting, is when Kylo and Rey can like see each other.
Yes, exactly.
That is so cool. And that was
Yeah.
all done practically in camera. Like those are real sets where on one side of the set it's like a city, and on the other side of the set it's inside the Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
Those are real sets. It's done practically, and it is so cool.
Yeah.
And I hate how in Rise of Skywalker Palpatine is just like, I did that.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, what? Like it ruins the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
The idea that because they're on opposite sides of the Force, because there is conflict within both of them, the Force brings them together.
Yeah.
Like, that is so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool. And it's done so well. It's executed so well.
Uh-huh.
But no, of course, they just ruin it.
Yeah, because Rey's a Palpatine, and she has to be related to
yes.
someone, and someone we know that, and a family that we know has history of the Force. She can't just be a nobody.
Yeah. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Why do they always have to connect?
Yeah.
Like everyone.
It's just like retconning shit but making it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the idea that she's just a random person.
Yeah.
It challenges the audience, because in the original trilogy it was the opposite for Luke.
Yeah.
Where the big reveal in episode 5 was, Luke, I am your father. It's Vader.
Yeah.
He's the son of Vader, and the audience wasn't expecting that.
Yes.
And
apart from the fact that Vader means father in German, and I know they mentioned this in Pitch Perfect.
Yeah.
Pitch Perfect, my favorite movie. But yeah, second one was not better. It was not better. Apart from the fact that it has pentatonics in it and Haley Steinfeld, the first one is a better movie.
All right, topic for another day.
You sent me the TikTok of the better one. Thanks. I'll check it out.
Yeah, but it's the exact opposite to what we saw in the original Star Wars trilogy. Luke is the son of Vader, and that's the big reveal. But in this one, it should be the opposite, because it challenges what the audience expects from Star Wars.
And I feel like that's what they tried to do in the Rise of Skywalker with the random kid in like the horse races.
Yeah.
Who's like, oh, I have the Force, but then he just like looks up at the sky and nothing happens.
Yeah.
That's literally it. Like it could have been Rey. It could have been a main character of a main franchise, and instead they went down that route with just like the random kid in the horse races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that in this movie?
No.
Which
it?
which kid in the horse races?
Was that Last Jedi?
Wait.
Skywalker.
I think it's right. Skywalker, because he's like brushing the fucking floor.
Yeah.
And then
Wait, you mean this kid?
down, talks to someone
Oh,
else
yeah.
in the back.
Wait, you're right. It is Last
Yeah,
Jedi.
actually,
It
but
is Last Jedi. Yeah, it is Last Jedi.
hold on, switch to
Like this one?
Yeah.
Is it Swish? Yeah.
Did he use the Force to go? Oh.
No,
Yeah, it's
no,
at the
he
very
literally
end of
like
this movie,
grabs the broom. Oh yeah, okay. No, Last Jedi,
Wait.
yeah. And then it's never mentioned
Yeah.
ever again.
He just looks up at the night sky, right, and then nothing happens.
Yeah.
Oh, what? What's
Oh,
that?
he has like a resistance ring or something.
Oh.
Thank you, Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, I think that's how.
Yeah, thank you, Ryan Johnson. It was the casino. Yeah.
Yeah, Canto Bite. I think
Yeah.
I looked at it. Yeah, that's the name of the planet. Guess what else happens there? Finn and Rose, and
Do nothing.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you know, I saw a review of this movie, and this person changed what should have happened. Yeah,
Right.
Like, change what should have happened at Canto Bite.
Yeah.
Is Rose doesn't exist,
Yep.
basically.
Yep.
And it's Finn and Poe
Right.
that go there.
So much better.
Yeah. And then, because like throughout this movie, Finn is like for some reason getting convinced by Rose that war is bad, even though like he should know because he was a stormtrooper and he was in the middle of that.
True.
But so he should be teaching Poe these things, and because like Poe is
He's
a
very
pilot
trigger-happy,
and he's and he doesn't really, he's a bit careless and and doesn't think about the consequences. And then if he learnt from in this movie, we could see in the next movie or like later in this movie, like him thinking differently about things. You know, and it'd give development for Poe as well.
Yeah. Well,
And
the other thing is, Finn and Poe, they're like half gay for each other.
Yeah.
Like it feels like they were supposed to be.
Yeah,
It feels like
sort
they
of.
were like, and
No,
I would
and
have
then-
liked that. It would have been like two main characters that are genuinely like, inclusive.
but
Like,
Star Wars can't do that.
we would
No
be
way.
banned in China. They wouldn't be able to release
Yeah.
it in China. So
Exactly.
that's literally what happened with Fantastic Beasts 3. They had
Oh,
to
really?
cut like scenes out from the film because it couldn't be released in China because Dumbledore is gay now.
Oh
But
yeah.
see that kind of thing that feels retconned.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like 10 years, 20 years after that last Harry Potter movie,
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling was like, Dumbledore's gay.
Oh yeah. That's
Whereas
dumb.
if they did it with
there's
Finn
no
and Poe,
reason for that.
it feels natural.
Yes,
It feels like a
exactly.
natural progression
Yeah.
of things.
Also, we would have seen it like all build on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like,
yes.
but not like, and they don't even have to be gay in a way that's blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
Like it's just like you can see like they have a small connection.
Yeah.
There, you know. It's like,
yeah. That's the whole.
They
what's with
really
the
could have
whole
done that.
Bombers with millions and millions of bombs, and they were like, literally as well at the beginning of the movie with all the bombers over like the Star Destroyer, and then
What?
there's one bomber left, and like it's Rose's sister or whatever.
I don't remember.
That was
But-
weird.
yeah.
that was
I was
weird.
gonna say, do you guys know about like Rose, the actress who plays Rose, getting on the death vote?
Yeah, she got
Oh,
so many
yeah.
deaths,
Sure,
like-
I don't really care for the character, but people who do that are so stupid.
Yeah, that's really
Mm.
dumb. It's really
How
dumb.
could you be that like connected to something enough?
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
And then Star Wars got scared, and so in Rise of Skywalker, she gets like 2 lines in the
Yeah.
whole movie,
Yeah.
and she's not even in
Yeah,
it.
literally. Anyway, the whole like I think the main theme with with the Last Jedi is just like it's a bit of a cop out, right?
Yeah.
Like there's so many things that could have paid off, that could have been really cool. Like even here, like when Finn is supposed to have his sacrificial moment when
Yeah.
flying alone towards a multiple AT-ATs at the end of the film. That would have been so good.
Yeah.
Like that would have been like he's barreling towards him. He's like racing towards like this huge cannon.
Yeah,
and, like, like he's gonna sacrifice himself. Like the resistance is gonna win.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, "Meow," and then, like,
Yeah.
flies off to the side. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Okay.
Does he get flown off to the side, or just
Yeah,
like
like,
Rose
crashes
crashes
into him.
into? Yeah.
Rose crashes into him. Like so
Oh,
stupid.
yeah.
And it feels like then, okay, that moment makes Finn and Poe's relationship less interesting because all of a sudden now Finn and Rose are supposed to be a thing.
Yeah.
And then it also just makes Rose look like a fucking cunt.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
she like ruins his whole like sacrificial moment.
Yeah.
It's like this big moment. It's like, yeah, the resistance, like you
Yeah.
know, fight for our lives
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. And then like, shut up.
I love you.
Yeah. Goddamn Rose, literally.
What do you
Literally.
guys think of Luke Skywalker in his end?
His ends. What
In
is?
He
Yeah.
kind of dies, kind of.
he died.
Does he?
but
Yeah, he becomes a force.
he
Oh,
shows
yeah.
all his
Oh
powers
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
become an illusion in front of Kylo Ren. I thought it was so stupid.
Okay.
It looks cool, but so
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I like the idea of Luke taking on a more like senior mentor role in the universe. I think that works really well.
Yeah. But I didn't mind his character because he is that like senior mentoring role, but he's not just like the obvious like old wise man where he's just
True.
like teaching Rey everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
True.
He's he actually has like
Stuff to do.
a story arc as
Yeah.
well, and like trying to relearn the purpose of the Force and being a Jedi and stuff like
Yeah,
that
that's true.
through Rey's motivations
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought that was okay.
Yeah.
And then and he argues with Rey and disagrees with her like having this connection to Kylo Ren and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
his inclusion was fine. Yeah,
It's just channeling his energy.
maybe.
stuff that he-
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, also Snoke is a big cop out.
Yeah.
Like Snoke is just like a random like toad
Yeah.
that just like appears in the movie,
And then he dies.
and then Kylo's like
Yeah.
just like cuts him in half.
Yeah.
It's, like, great. The scene in Snoke's chamber room though versus the Red people, where like Rey and Kylo are fighting the Red people.
Yeah.
Good fight
That's
scene.
really cool, right?
There's a few problems.
Yeah.
I've watched it.
Yeah, right.
As like I would love to do something like that.
Yeah.
I noticed. But oh my god, it looks so.
Yeah, yeah.
So good.
But yeah, Snoke's just weird because it's like you kind of know he's not the villain because Kylo Ren is
True.
technically the main villain of the trilogy.
True.
Like and I've seen someone say that it's debatable that Snoke's death, isn't just like a random twist for the sake of it, but
Yeah.
like serves as pushing Kylo Ren's character further.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It is a bit weird, and like I also want to know just like where he comes from. Like, do we ever like learn like who he actually is? He's just like this. He's just Palpatine again until he dies, so that Palpatine can return again. Like, it's just...
Snoke doesn't even do anything scary. You'd argue the fight scene is shit. The amount of unnecessary spin. True, it's very flashy. But it is fun. It's a fun fight scene.
Have you seen Jedi's, bro? They just turn their backs to their enemies whenever they want. Like,
yeah. I mean, is Snoke in Force Awakens? I don't think he is. He's not.
And you don't see him physically, but he's like a hologram, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like mentioned or like.
Yeah, he
something.
is.
It's kind of weird that he's only like the big villain for one movie and then he dies.
Yeah,
If he was introduced in The Force Awakens as a Vader character or like
But he is
someone all
introduced in Force
powerful.
Awakens.
Yeah, but like he's not really like shown as someone who's all powerful, all seeing. Like, if he was that and he was like a terrifying figure, then it would make more sense to progress Kylo's character.
Yeah.
But it just feels like Kylo kills him for no reason.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that all we have? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall, like it's pretty bad, I think. Like, not necessarily how it's made or how it looks or the technical stuff, but I just think
people
like
give it a lot of shit. I don't think it deserves like hate and death threat.
No.
Yeah.
But like I just I don't think it's a good movie.
Yeah.
I don't think it's terrible,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's that good.
Apart from the light,
Like just so many story and script issues. Apart from that, and the hyperspace scene, and I think the connection between Rey and Kylo Ren and that developing is interesting.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I don't have many pluses about it.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't really hate it either. It's just kind of like there.
Yeah.
Like Force Awakens to me is really good from what I remember. And then last year it was just kind of there.
Yeah.
And
then Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, my favorite.
Here we
my
go.
favorite. Let me open this segment with just the best line that any writer has ever written.
It's amazing how one quote sums up the movie pretty much.
Yes, well, you know what's amazing to me is that this line was written by a large room of writers who are all being paid millions of dollars, to come up with the best line that could possibly come up. They could possibly come up with. They're being paid millions to come up with something incredible, something that will change the world, something revolutionary that the fans will be like, that, what a great line. Somehow, Palpatine returned.
Amazing.
Incredible. Yep.
So basically, Palpatine returns off screen.
Yes. Well, they show it in the opening crawl.
Yeah.
They say, you know,
Oh, exactly.
Palpatine is back or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So it didn't really happen off screen. You know, they said
Oh,
it.
true.
Yeah.
They said it.
Yeah, they said it
Um,
in the past tense.
yeah.
Yeah. So it happened at some point.
Yeah, happened at some point. Don't know how, but
Yep.
it happened.
Somehow, yep.
Yeah, Palpatine just should not be in this movie. It just
I
does
don't
not
know
make...
why he is.
I know.
It makes no sense. Why not just like keep Snoke?
Yeah.
Or like even bring back like Vader. Like bring back
Yeah.
Vader like possessing Kylo Ren or something, like as a force.
Mm.
Because Kylo and Vader's relationship is very interesting to me. Right? But then Palpatine?
Oh yeah, they could have had Kylo Ren, but possessed by Darth Vader.
Exactly.
Yeah. I
Exactly.
get what you're saying. Yeah.
Like, you know, fucking Kylo's always like got Vader's helmet
Yes,
and like
exactly.
he's
Yeah.
very obsessed with Vader.
Yeah.
Like it would make sense for Vader to do something. But Palpatine?
Yeah.
Really?
What's the reasoning? What's the
Yeah.
point? It's just
Yeah. And like he has like no clear motivations throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so the movie starts off with the opening crawl and it's like somehow Palpatine returns somehow.
yeah.
Just somehow. and then he returns and then he wants Kylo to kill Rey.
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
He wants Kylo to kill Rey because he's like Rey's too much of a threat or
Yeah,
something. He's like kill Rey. Great. And then we have the iconic somehow Palpatine return line. Then at the end of the
Said
movie,
by Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac. Oh, incredible actor.
Amazing.
Great acting in that scene. Then when Rey goes to his domain or whatever with all the weird ships that appeared out of nowhere, he wants her to join the dark side, right? He's like, "Come, you're my granddaughter.
Yeah.
Join the dark side." And then at the end of the movie, he's like, "Well, I'm dying now. Allow me to suck your soul, so that I become powerful." Again.
Yeah. And it's like, why didn't you just want to suck her soul to become powerful
at
from
the
start?
beginning?
Yeah.
If this was the whole point,
Yeah.
like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
I like really don't understand. And the only reason he was in that movie is because they wanted to make Rey a Palpatine. Palpatine.
Yeah.
That's it.
Which is also irrelevant and doesn't need to happen.
Yeah.
It's not even for something that needs to happen to another
Literally.
character. Like,
Yeah.
it's just,
Yeah.
there's no point.
Bring back Darth Revan? Darth Revan? No, wait, a question.
You don't know who?
No, I don't know.
Who's
who
that?
is.
Darth Raven.
One of the fucking awesomest Star Wars.
Nice, Mitch.
Yeah, this is going well.
Nice typing, bro.
I'm gonna switch to like.
I'm just literally saying.
Okay.
Darth Raven? Oh.
Good.
Wait, was he actually in anything?
He's in the games.
Right.
Right.
They take place before the movies.
Oh,
He looks like Kylo Ren.
he does look like Kylo Ren.
He's much cooler.
No, okay, I disagree with that because he's just kind of a random character. But
Why does he have a blue lightsaber and a red lightsaber?
well, one's purple.
Oh. I don't know.
I don't know
Purple,
because it's
blue.
cool, bro.
Yeah, true.
You know how? Hey, kid.
Hey, kid. Yeah. Anyway, Palpatine makes zero sense in that movie.
So people did like research, and I think people were so angry over Palpatine coming back without an explanation. They released the novel like shortly after. They
Yeah.
was like, oh, he's a clone, you know. And even in the Lego Star Wars game, he like Emperor from Episode 9 is Emperor brackets clone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I guess that's canon.
But he just still comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He's still just like, I use the dark magic to come back somehow. The bloke wrote the Sith lore. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's cool.
He's like top business.
Right. That's cool. But yeah, anyway, he was just fucking stupid. That movie makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like, and like, okay, another huge thing is, you know how they have to like, they get the dagger thing with like the knife with the part that like slides out.
Yeah.
And they're like, this dagger will point you to where the map is to go to Palpatine's island
Yeah.
somewhere. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But then the dagger, they're like, oh, this looks kind of like the Death Star, I guess. So they like walk up to the Death Star,
yeah.
and they walk in a completely random location in the middle of a field, in the middle of a cliff. The Death Star's crashed into an ocean, and Rey's just like standing on a cliff, and she's just like, oh yeah, that lines up perfectly. Let's go there. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
they
that's
just
so
like
true.
walk into a random like
Yeah.
field, and Rey is just like, perfect, great,
Yeah.
fantastic. Not to mention like the way that they find the dagger. They go into the desert, and they're like, oh, the dagger must be in this desert.
Oh yeah.
And then they like they're like, oh, we're never gonna find the dagger
Yeah.
because this is a desert the size of a planet.
Yeah.
And then they just get sucked down into like a quicksand.
Yeah.
And then there's the dagger.
Yeah. They come out the other side into these tunnels,
Yeah.
and then
there's the
yeah,
dagger.
the dagger's down there.
Yep. Just randomly.
Yeah.
Not to mention like Chewie's like
Chewbacca's
yeah,
fake death.
Fake death.
Oh
like,
my god.
what a fucking like awful scene,
Yeah.
honestly.
Because it's not even that, he dies and then like he comes back half an hour to an hour later in the movie near the end. He like comes back like a scene later, doesn't he? Like
It's like, actually ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's actually like the whole movie is just ridiculous.
yeah. And there's more fake deaths. There's technically C-3PO because
Yep.
which I will admit, he gets welcome screen time.
Yep.
I think C-3PO, like he's actually relevant in
Yep.
this film, and he has some like pretty like amusing little
Yeah,
comedic lines. But like he has this dilemma of like his memory getting wiped as a sacrifice of.
The way this film's got me good though. Like,
Okay.
it's getting sad,
Yeah.
but once
Yeah. So he like he needs to sacrifice his memory, which is technically killing him off.
Yes.
As a character to like, I forget what, but just like give information to the.
It's like to
the hero as
decipher
well.
the language
Yeah,
of the dagger or something.
Yeah. But then, like, it just gets resolved. I forget how it's resolved, but it gets resolved like it's nothing, and then C-3PO is fine again.
Poe, right
That's
from
just
the
like-
first one, had a fake death. Wait, did Poe have a fake death?
I don't know.
I don't remember Poe having a fake death.
Who?
Poe.
Poe.
I'm sure he does have a fake death. I can't
Probably.
remember.
Everyone does.
Yeah, everyone has a fake death.
Everyone gets a turn. Yeah, and then you get like Kylo Ren at the end, and then
Yeah, with like the
Right.
hand like
Yeah.
coming back up and like grabbing the ledge or whatever.
yeah.
Also, hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the movie, Rey should have died. Please let Rey die.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
because I don't like her,
Mm.
but because how interesting would it have been if Rey, the main character
Yeah.
of the franchise, dies,
Yes.
and then because she fulfills her character arc,
Mm.
like she finds out who her parents were, she she becomes one with the Force,
Yeah.
she dies, and then Kylo, who's been struggling this whole time to find his balance between the light and the dark.
Yeah.
Imagine if Kylo was then like, oh, I'm going to become neutral. And like that
Yeah.
was the moral of the story.
Mm.
Kylo goes neutral. Rey's death forces him to see that there is no light,
Yeah,
and there is
yeah.
no dark.
Yeah.
He just goes neutral, and he walks that neutral line, and he becomes basically like Luke, right? Like he becomes like not
Yeah,
really
exactly.
a Jedi,
Yeah.
not really a Sith. He just goes around helping people.
Yeah.
That my god,
Amazing.
It would have been so
should
good.
have happened.
It would have
But
been
of course
so
they didn't
good.
do it
No,
because this script is fucked.
Yeah. Literally ridiculous.
Yeah. If there's one thing that I remember sort of liking is that finally Rey, Finn, and Poe all get to like adventure together.
True. They're too pussy to do something different to the original Star Wars. Couldn't help copying. True. Yeah. But like
yeah.
they should have killed
Yeah,
Rey.
come on.
Like she was literally this close to dying.
Yeah.
She was this close to dying. And then Kylo was like, no,
Yeah.
I love you for no reason.
Yeah.
And now you can have my life.
Yeah.
Or something. Like,
The power of love.
Yeah.
Also.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course, yeah. Classic.
Yeah. At least Rey, Finn, and Poe get to adventure together, and like Rey is like back with the gang because like for like most of the Last Jedi, she's just like not there.
Yeah, true.
But it does mean that I think from memory, Rey and Poe only meet in this movie, in the last movie of the trilogy.
I think so.
Yeah, they hadn't met in the previous 2 films.
Yeah.
So and it didn't dawn on me until it was happening. Like, there's just like a little moment where they're like shake each other's hand. They're like,
Yeah.
oh hey, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, yeah,
What's
yeah.
happening?
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
hadn't met each other. That's pretty crazy.
So weird.
Mm.
That's what I mean. Like the character, like the characters just aren't developed.
Mm.
Like the
Especially the
relationships aren't
side
developed.
characters,
Yeah. The relationships aren't developed. There's no like motivations for what
Yeah.
they do. They're just kind of there, and
Mm.
Rose is just kind of there,
Yeah.
and Finn's just kind of there. Poe's just kind of there,
Yeah.
and all just kind of hanging. And they do one side quest per movie. They,
Yeah.
like, go to a casino, or
Yeah,
they, like
yeah.
go to somewhere else
Mm.
to do something.
Yeah. Just to give them screen time,
Yeah.
but they don't really know what they're trying to do with
Yeah.
them. It's like, yeah.
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 So, Rise of Skywalker. Terrible.
Pretty fucking garbage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's like the general theme of the sequels is just kind of meh,
Yeah.
you know. And then Finn was too developed but no story. Yeah. Finn's character was good, especially in Force Awakens, like we said.
Mm.
But then the rest of the fucking
Yeah, exactly.
sequels, they're just like, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just forget about him.
Yeah.
And don't develop him at all.
Yeah.
And he just gets
Pushed back.
2
Yeah.
different love interests.
Yeah, true. True.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the fight scene between Kylo Ren and Rey on that Death Star, like when the Death Star crashed. And there's, like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not bad, but I didn't like how they, like, you can see, like, they're both not unexperienced, but they're just, like, smashing, like, the lightsabers.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's alright.
It's not elegant or anything.
Like,
Yeah.
Sith, where it took them, like, 6 months to rehearse that stuff. It looks like
Yeah.
dance.
Mm.
It's sick.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess that is one thing I like, particularly in Force Awakens, where Kylo Ren and Rey have their first lightsaber fight.
Right.
And, like, it feels more real when, especially Kylo Ren is just, like, bashing,
Yeah,
like, her,
yeah.
like, the lights. Like,
Anger,
yeah,
you
yeah,
see
exactly.
it.
Yeah, yeah, you can see the anger, and it, like, makes more sense, like, because probably if someone had a lightsaber and, like, it was Kylo Ren in real life, that's what
Yeah.
he would do, like, rather than all this elegant stuff.
Yeah.
I'm all for the elegant stuff
Yeah,
every
yeah,
now and then,
exactly.
but then I like these different fight scenes
That's
where,
just, like, realism.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. But then I feel like as they like went on,
Mm.
they needed to get like better and better at using their
Yeah,
powers.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Whereas they just like don't. Like,
Yeah.
They're just like
And also, like, the
Mhm.
7 Kylo Ren's or whatever. they
Yeah.
suck. That was so hard for them. They suck.
What was that?
It's like 7, the Ren, the 7.
Oh,
Knights
the
of Ren.
Knights of Ren.
Yeah.
I was very excited to see them.
Mm.
They were in the movie.
Yeah.
It died just with
They
Yeah.
literally did nothing.
It looked cool on that sand planet when they were just watching.
Mm.
Like the OG Luke versus Vader fight. Yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I can't really
In
remember.
5 or 6? They're surely 5.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I need to like rewatch all these movies.
Yeah, same.
Did you guys know? Do you guys know of? There was a script before The Rise of Skywalker with the original director, but I don't think they liked it. It was too dark for them, so they kicked him off. And
Oh.
the script got put online.
Right.
Bang.
Really?
So it's called Duel of the Fates.
Uh-huh.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll tell you like a few things. Captain Phasma's executing people in front of like townsfolk.
Yeah, yeah.
Ray goes to the bad side, and like Kylo Ren goes to the good side. So I don't remember.
Right.
It's all the hype.
Yeah.
It's like
Mm.
General Hux like killed something.
Oh, right.
It's so dumb,
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
but it's good.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what needs to happen though.
Yeah.
I feel like the last Star Wars movie needs to get progressively grittier and
Yeah.
grittier and grittier and grittier until you realize there's no bad and there's no good
Yeah.
people.
Kind of like the Harry Potter movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they start off a bit more lighthearted and charming and nostalgic, and then yeah, they get darker and grittier.
Mm. Also, speaking of Harry Potter movies, I believe from next week we're
Mm.
going to be doing one Harry Potter movie review per week.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
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 That's so sick.
Yeah, starting with,
Oh man.
Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah.
And then keep going. It's plenty of content.
Mm.
All the way up until Fantastic Beasts, Secrets of Dumbledore, which I saw, and it is meh. It is meh. Not quite Last Jedi meh, but it's meh.
Better than the second one.
Better than the second one. Not as good as the first one, and not as good as any of the
First
Harry
one's
Potter
actually
movies.
good.
The first Fantastic Beasts movie is so good. The first Fantastic Beasts movie is like probably one of my favorite Harry Potter movies.
Wow.
I think it's on my list of favorite movies ever. Just so good.
There you go.
Dave Filoni gets it.
Gets it.
Gets it.
As well, I'm pretty sure.
Wait, who's
Mandalorian clones.
right?
And they're like,
I see. I feel like I didn't love the Mandalorian. I've talked about this before, but the only parts that I do like are the ones like the episodes directed by Taika Waititi.
Right.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Like Taika Waititi just knows.
I think doing the next Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Still the next Star Wars movie.
Yeah. But Taika Waititi just knows like what to do with directing things.
He was also Eagle the droid runner.
In what?
In Mandalorian, the first droid.
Yeah. He's the droid. Yeah. That sees the child.
Yeah. I think Mando's whole arc with droids and how it is just phenomenal.
Yeah. But also, like, I really don't give a fuck about what Mando thinks about droids.
Rude.
They're literally just robots. Like,
Yeah,
I
but,
don't give a shit.
Like they killed his whole family in his whole town. I don't know.
I hate Mandalorian.
He's so well.
He's so overrated. Anyway, Star Wars sequels, mid, cool moments.
Because you get like the Force Awakens, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And then you
And then
get
you get
something
the-
as bad as
The Rise of Skywalker, and then you get Last Jedi, which has the
Just-
best moment in cinematic
yeah.
history.
But then the rest of it is just kind of
Me.
meh.
Yeah,
So overall, the whole trilogy
is mid.
is mid.
Yeah. That's the conclusion.
Yeah.
Dave Filoni gets the Ashoka show.
So
Ahsoka show. Is there gonna be a show for her?
I guess so.
Oh, everyone gets a show.
True. Yeah.
You know, we've got the Agatha Harkness show.
Yeah.
Yeah, because same kind of thing.
Yeah,
They're just
can't
a
wait for that.
character that appeared in another show. Yeah, bro, can we get a boner show?
Yes.
Yeah,
Please.
the boner show.
The boner show.
But yeah, you know, they're just a character that appeared in another Disney Plus show, and then they were like, "Well, people tweeted about that character. We should probably give them their own show."
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't?
the fucking song?
Yeah.
Yeah,
literally.
yeah,
Like,
true.
The whole show is going to run that. Like, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, who's the other guy you can't see on stream because you're vibing with him? Danzig, come on.
Ah.
We need a Danzig cam. We need a We need
A
another
yeah.
fourth camera.
We
Yeah.
need like a little handheld that we
Yeah.
like just like show.
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, what up?
Yeah.
Dave Filoni, man.
But
Good
yeah,
shit.
literally, imagine if the whole Agatha Harkness show is just a musical.
Oh no.
Who's been messing up everything? It's been Agatha
Yeah.
all along.
You know, they should have just introduced Agatha like an episode earlier in WandaVision.
I really
Just-
like the way it started though, with the whole black and white.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you know, I forget the sequence of episodes specifically and what happens in them, but I'm sure they could have introduced her an episode earlier just to give her one more extra episode.
Yeah. True.
To have enough time to enjoy this character without getting her own show. You know?
Wait, I forget. Okay, obviously in the who's been messing up everything? It's been Agatha all along. Obviously in that song,
Yep.
it's revealed to be Agatha.
Yep.
We do see her as a normal Westview resident before that, though, right?
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
She's the neighbor.
Yeah, she's the nosy neighbor. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
I also love the filming in that song when like she's in like the director's
Oh,
chair.
yeah, that's
So-
cool.
And I love how in the interviews when the interviewer speaks, it's her voice but pitched down.
Yeah.
It's pretty smart. It's pretty well done. Anyway,
All right.
good.
Yeah.
I believe we have a couple more things to talk about. Do we want to do the movie still?
I think we should change the mood a little, you know?
Yep. Yeah.
Have a fun game.
Yep.
All right. Game segment. I did.
Whatever happened to White Vision though? True.
Flew up in the sky.
Yeah, White Vision
Yeah.
disappeared, bro.
they had a conversation in the library with Vision.
Yes, and then he went
And
away.
then, yeah.
Yep, that was it. Okay, so Waitski, I know you're here. I don't know how many other people are. We have a movie still from a Marvel movie, and this is really hard. I couldn't even get it. But this is the still.
Is it the still? I don't know how easy it's gonna be.
Not very.
Surely not.
I don't know if anyone will get this.
Oh,
and
it's from a Marvel film.
It's from a Marvel movie,
Yeah.
an MCU movie, not
MCU
like in a Fox movie, not
yeah,
a
yeah,
Sony
no, MCU movie.
An MCU movie.
All you need to do is guess
Yes,
which one.
and you will get VIP. If no one guesses it this stream, I suppose we can keep it going until someone does. No.
Yeah, I had a backup, but apparently it's too easy.
What was the other one?
I got it in 1 second.
Wait, show me the other one.
It was just it was a still of Scott Lang, but it's just like from which movie?
Right.
It's very easy.
Right. Okay. VIP. You're so confused. Okay. Passion.
Have we got any guesses so far?
Passion. What movie is this still from? Tell us, and you get VIP. It's a Marvel.
It's
movie.
an MCU movie. Yeah.
You're hella delayed. You could probably tell. That's all good, Waisky. That's all good. Yeah, no. It's hard. It's really hard. I couldn't even get this. Okay. I'll give you a hint. It's in phase 3 or 4.
I was about to say phase.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
It's
clue.
not phase 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm. Any guesses coming in?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
It's very confused.
Yeah. Your brain hurts. Yeah, mine hurt as well when I looked at this. Can you ask if it includes old movies, MCU movies? It's only MCU. Where did phase 3 start? Civil War? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Civil War onwards.
Okay.
Yeah. This is MCU. Yeah, it's Marvel. It's Marvel. It's from an MCU movie. Phase 3 or 4. Not phase 1 or 2.
It's an amazing find. I could not get
It's a really hard frame.
I just thought of the scene and I really liked the scene,
Yeah.
and then I was like, I'll try and find the still from that
If you
scene.
had done like 10 seconds earlier than this, like really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is like the only still from the whole scene that I could probably have
Yeah.
done. Otherwise, it's too obvious.
You've only seen the mainstream ones. This is a mainstream one.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a mainstream one.
Yeah.
If no one gets it, we can post it on the Discord.
Yeah.
And see if anyone gets it by next week.
Yeah.
But no, this is a way
Can
too
they do
specific
that?
frame
Yeah, I
to
feel-
show up
yeah.
on Google. This is a way too specific frame to show up on Google.
Surely, right?
It's one of the 3 mainstream ones. Okay. Hey Siri, set a timer for a minute.
One minute. Starting now.
Okay, you have a minute. If no one gets it, in a minute we'll post it on the Discord, and hopefully someone gets it by next week. Bro, like 3 minutes. No, we need to move on with the show. You know, if no one gets it, we'll roll it over.
Yeah.
You know. Also, make sure you are in the Discord. There is the link. If you are in the Discord, you will see. I'll post it in the media channel of the Discord after the stream. You are. Hell yeah. What have we got? 16, 15. That minute went really
Yeah, that was really
quickly. What the
quick.
hell?
Just take a mad guess.
10
Yeah,
seconds.
take a guess. Take a guess.
stab.
Take a guess. Random shot in the dark. You want to say WandaVision? Not WandaVision. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do see the logic there. Okay. We will post it in the Discord after the stream. And
All right. Glad to see that worked.
yeah,
That's
that
hard.
was hard.
Yeah.
That was really hard. And we'll see if anyone gets it by next week. If no one gets it next week, I think we should just keep the same one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, show me the one that was your other option. Show me your other option. I want to see if I can get it.
I think I put it in the
Got it.
trash.
Yeah, let's see how fast they can make it.
I haven't emptied my trash.
messing up everything? It's been Agatha all along. Who's been pulling every evil string? It's been Agatha all along. Endgame?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know which scene it's from?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like time travel?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's from
The
the
Avengers compound.
Hulk.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Oh, wait, is that where he dabs?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
it's
the
where he
Bruce
dabs.
Banner Hulk.
Dab.
What do you call that? Smart Hulk.
Yeah, Professor Hulk.
Professor Hulk. It's when
Yeah.
they first meet Professor Hulk.
Yeah.
It's just...
Right,
I'm not for it.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it could really only be one of 3 movies.
Yeah.
No, 4.
He's not in Infinity War.
No, but Civil War.
Oh,
The 2
Yeah.
MM movies, Civil War or
Yeah.
Endgame.
True.
But yeah, you guys got that way
have
too
you
easy.
seen the meme where it's like, it's for Ant-Man and the Wasp, and they ask, like, the girl who plays Ghost and, like, the girl who plays Wasp for Thor's hammer, and they try and get the name
Oh,
right.
and then he's like Jonathan.
He's like, John.
Yeah.
So well edited.
Yeah.
So good.
You're gonna legit watch a lot of MCU movies just to find this. That's what we like to hear, Pash.
Yes.
That is what we like to hear. Anyway,
Alright.
okay. Final topic of the show for this evening.
So, well, it's a big spin.
Yeah. Okay.
We've covered everything today.
Okay. Yeah. Going back to Marvel for a second.
Okay.
Let's talk about Minecraft.
Yeah, true.
Yes. So
we
we play a lot of Minecraft.
Yeah.
We have played a lot of Minecraft.
we have,
Um,
and we caught up a couple of days ago, and this happens quite
Yeah.
often as well.
Yeah.
We'll just randomly think about issues with Minecraft at the moment, and then we'll
Yes.
just go on like a rant where we both just like talk about it.
yeah.
And we
Like-
figured we'd bring that discussion here.
A little bit of backstory. Minecraft's OP, true. Gonna throw, I guess, into M and the Wasp. Okay, wait, Ski, that's not the right image. Okay, we'll post the image in the Discord. We'll post the image in the Discord. The correct one. Okay, bit of backstory. We used to speedrun Minecraft.
Yeah.
Well, we still kind of know how
Yeah.
to. And before that, we played a lot of survival, and then we played speedrunning, and after that, survival was just not really the same anymore.
Yeah.
Just the first one, Patch. Just the first one, not the second. Don't worry about the second. Do you want to take it away? Do you want to
Yeah.
give us your thoughts?
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess speedrunning, and once we started to get a bit more fluent at it,
Yeah.
it kind of just like killed the normal game, because suddenly we could complete the game relatively quickly.
Yeah.
Like, you know, around half an hour or just a little bit over.
Mhm.
And so then when we just play like a slower normal survival world,
Yeah.
it just feel like, I don't know, we'd be stalling, and there's, you know,
Yeah.
not much to do because we know we can just complete the game
Yes.
a lot quicker.
And then also, like, after we finish the game,
Mm.
then there's no end game content, right? Like,
Yeah,
once you beat the Ender Dragon, sure, there's the Wither, but you can just spawn it in the bedrock cage, like, underneath the Ender Dragon platform, and it just kills itself. And then, yes, there's the Elder Guardians, but do you really get anything from them? No.
No,
So, like,
yeah.
what's really the point? Unless you want the Prismarine for, like, you know, building things.
Yeah.
But if you don't like building things, there's nothing to do
Yeah.
after the
exactly.
Ender Dragon.
Mm. And that's one of the biggest issues, is not enough post-game material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, what's the point of grinding for netherite armor if you don't need the netherite armor to do anything?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
if I can
yeah.
beat the Ender Dragon wearing no armor at all,
Yeah.
except for maybe gold boots,
Yeah.
what is the point
Yeah.
of grinding for, like, full prop for netherite
Yeah,
armor?
exactly.
Yeah.
And we understand it, you know, some people might need the extra protection.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
But I
like,
feel like
but you
anyone could
don't-
do it with iron. Like,
Yeah,
basic
yeah,
iron
yeah. You
armor.
don't need netherite.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even need
Yeah.
to grind for it. And then you don't need to grind the netherite for any other bosses as well. Like,
Yeah.
not just to complete the game, but anything after the game.
Yes, exactly. And for people who don't like building, which is like me, like I can't stand like grinding to build, like for blocks
Yeah.
to build things
Yeah.
or anything like
Well,
that.
and because you can just do it in creative as well.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
look, I find some appeal in building a house in building houses
Yeah.
or structures, and particularly in survival, because there's more reward put in for your effort, I guess, because you are finding materials and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
like, I just don't build stuff in Minecraft because I don't have like any creative vision at all, and like I
True.
just don't know where to start.
True, but even like I'll build like a cool like mountain house
Yeah.
or like build it into a side of a cliff. But I'm not gonna like go out of my way to be like, right, now I'm going to find a mesa so I can
Yeah.
get terracotta
Yeah,
for this
exactly.
one specific part of my build.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Or like smooth polished basalt. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
who's doing that?
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing that. Yeah. Okay. So I know I had an idea for some end game content for Minecraft that I told you about the other day.
Yeah.
But it's basically once you beat the Ender Dragon, you need the dragon egg.
yeah,
And you're gonna make like a special altar with the dragon egg on the top. And then there's like 4 or 8 or 9 spaces or whatever. And then each of those 9 spaces, there's basically one boss for each space, and it's in
Yeah.
a different part of the world. There might be the warden in the caves. There'll be, one
and
in...
they're all in different biomes.
Yeah. So the one in like a mushroom island, which
Yeah.
is super rare, so you'll have to like find a mushroom island. Then there'll be like a swamp boss.
Yeah, desert.
Desert,
snow.
like top of the mountain,
Yeah.
something like that. You know how they're going to add like the ice pillagers or whatever
Oh
to
yeah,
the game,
yeah.
and then like, they didn't win the vote or whatever the hell it was. Anyway, so there's these bosses, and you've got to kill each of these mini bosses. Then you place the items that they drop, like on around the dragon
Yeah,
egg,
yeah,
and then it spawns like a mega final boss.
yeah, yeah.
And what that boss gives you is fast travel, like a waypoint,
yeah, yeah.
fast travel system. Especially in 1.18, I feel like the new terrain is so difficult to traverse
Yeah.
and so hard to get around.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's just impossible. Without an elytra and a gunpowder and a sugarcane farm, you just can't get around the world anymore.
Yeah.
It's way too difficult.
They need to create like different ways
Yeah.
of transportation, like
Yeah.
especially because now horses are just
Yeah, horses
like
are useless.
dormant. Yeah,
Yeah.
because,
Like, how are you going to use a horse like to get up a mountain?
yeah,
It just makes no sense. Minecraft is something you need to spend a lot of time on to get everything looking good. Minecraft is more just a creative game with limits. Yeah, exactly. But for people who, like us, I don't want to mod the game. Like, modding the game, I feel like takes
Yeah.
away from the charm of it.
Yeah, yeah.
They just need to add more things
Yeah.
into the base vanilla game.
yeah,
Like, I shouldn't buy a game expecting to mod it.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
exactly. And I like, it's come to the point where I've kind of lost any interest in preserving charm with Minecraft by keeping it simple, not adding too much, and and especially because you can access like all the older versions
true,
as
just,
well.
like, click
Yeah.
the drop down.
Yeah, exactly. So at this point, and especially because I'd be so welcome to get back into it as well
Yeah.
if they added more things. I just want them to add more things. Just
Yeah.
like so many more things, so many more items, more structures, more bosses, just so much more content so that I
Yeah.
can be interested in it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. And the other thing is that they could add is, so obviously they've doubled the build height now,
Yeah.
like for the mountains.
Yeah.
They need to add things in the sky.
Yeah.
They need to add, especially that makes the elytra useful.
Mm.
That makes it, that makes the build height useful. They need to add like floating islands. I
Yeah.
want to see like Asgard, like
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the sky.
Yeah.
I want to like be able to go up there and find like godly loot.
Mm.
I want to like get like, I want like sky creatures. I want
Yeah,
birds.
exactly.
I want like all this
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, just stuff
clouds,
in the sky.
The
Clouds you can walk on
Yeah.
with like some sort of enchantment.
Yeah, well, like
or,
it's literally like the snow, like the powdered snow that they
Yeah,
added
yeah,
in
yeah.
1.18, where you need leather boots to walk on them.
Yeah.
You could do that with the clouds. Like
Yeah,
you could walk
exactly.
on the clouds. Otherwise, you have to like bridge across or
Yeah.
whatever. It would add a use for scaffolding apart from just building like scaffolding. You could use the scaffolding to get
yeah.
really high in
yeah,
the sky.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, make like Pandora from Avatar. Exactly. Like floating islands with waterfalls, like
Yeah,
falling
yeah.
off them. Different biomes, like a jungle island, like a mesa island, like
Yeah, yeah.
anything. You could find like diamonds in the ores, like underneath the island, like
Yeah,
no
yeah,
mining
exactly,
there.
yeah.
They could be like very prolific, like mining wise.
Mm.
Like so much untapped potential
Yeah.
in the sky for Minecraft.
Yeah,
Like
and especially if they increase the block limit.
Yeah.
but they could even just like a classic mod for Minecraft is the ether.
Yes.
And like, but they could just do that where it's just another portal like the
Yeah.
Nether, and then if they don't want or can't have the capacity to have so much stuff in the sky just on the overworld,
Yeah.
then they can just make a new terrain for it.
You can ride dragons, but you got to tame it. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
1.18 is so hard to get around. They need more aerial transportation.
Yeah.
And that could either be dragons or my idea was hot air balloons.
Yeah, yeah.
And hot air balloons could be cool because you could get in them but be unable to control them.
Yeah,
so you just
true.
kind of have to go where the wind takes
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So you get in one.
And also they're not that.
It's kind of like a bed where you sleep through the night, but you
Yeah.
get in one and then you like go in a random location.
And also, like, they're relatively slow, so like it's
Yeah.
not going to be that OP, like
Yeah.
getting around.
And they could be kind of cheap and
Yeah.
just have like a ghast model, like a cube for the top.
Yeah, yeah.
They could be kind of cheap.
like relatively easy to to
Yes,
make. It's
yes.
just like, and it's a good starting off
Yes.
mode of
You
transportation.
can even
and
like
then-
use a campfire as the fire thing
Yeah,
to
yeah.
like fill up the balloon or something. You know what I mean? Like that could be part of the crafting recipe.
Yeah.
It'd be so easy to do.
Yeah.
And it would help like getting up to the tops of these new mountains
Yeah.
to, over the valleys and whatever. So much easier.
Yeah.
I know, like, I was trying to play on a server, like, recently, like, in 1.18, and I just hated, like, every minute of having to walk everywhere. It's in the middle of a mountain, which is cool. It's a cool cave, but it's in the middle of the biggest dark oak forest ever. And I was walking for, like, 35 minutes, and I didn't even make it out of the dark oak forest. And I was like, come on. As if there's no, like, faster method of transport before the elytra,
Yeah.
and like all the new bosses that we were talking about, they could like lead to one another. So, like it could start with the warden, and then like you have to like that like leads you to another boss.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
gives you a map to another boss.
Yeah.
Like, and then one of them could be in the woodland mansion, which would make the woodland mansion
Have
useful.
purpose, yeah.
Like, and then like, yeah, I feel like they should
Yeah.
also like make Totems of Undying more rare.
Yeah.
Like, I hate how you can have a farm for Totems of Undying.
Yeah.
That's like so OP and so stupid. Like, if you're in a hardcore world, that basically just means you can't die.
Yeah.
Like, so dumb. Could you imagine hiring mercenary villagers, making a little army? Yeah, like,
Yeah.
all this kind of like,
true.
you need to like grind, like you need to like build your army, you need to get more people on your side,
Yeah.
get better weapons, get better tools, find new ways to beat all these bosses.
Yeah, that's the thing. If
Yeah.
there's going to be new bosses, like, then, they need to expand the combat, like, that's not just sword and bow. Like, and they don't even have to be combat weapons, but
Yeah.
just like, like any
even,
boss
like,
in any video
imagine
game.
like a boss that's only vulnerable like to water.
Yes,
or
exactly. And so,
something,
like, you have to place buckets
yeah,
in a way,
use
or like,
flash potions or something.
yeah, or like make water flow a certain way
Yeah.
so that it hits them, or like like in
Or
any
imagine
video.
a boss that can only be harmed with like splash potions of damage.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you have, instead of meleeing something, you
Yeah.
have to brew potions.
Yeah.
You have to go down that road of Minecraft, or a
Yeah.
boss that there's an item you can only get from the mesa.
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
have to go to a mesa.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not just you can go there
Yeah.
if you want to for the blocks. It's like, to beat the game, you have to go
Yeah.
to every single place in Minecraft. Try all the different things that
Yeah.
Minecraft has to offer. Do something with bees,
Yeah.
like
and like this is just an addition to the bosses that are already in the game. So
Yes.
like it doesn't have to be the new way to beat the game, but it's just something else to do,
Yeah.
and it encourages adventuring and going on quests.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
to different biomes
exactly,
and-
Wesley.
yeah.
Make it harder and make you have to play it.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like the warden currently is a very cool mob. I love the sound sensing. I love what they're
Is it
doing
in the
there.
game now?
Yeah, in the beta version
Okay,
or
yeah.
something, snapshots.
Yeah.
I love all the sound sensing shit
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
doing. But he doesn't drop anything.
Yeah.
What's the point of having such an OP? He like one or two shots you if he hits you.
Yeah.
What is the point of having such an OP boss in the game if it doesn't lead to anything?
Yeah, exactly.
What is the point? Like,
They just need to add more items and more things that you can craft.
Yeah.
And just more unlockables. And
yes, yeah. They should add another thing like Corruption City, where the fragments of the portal in the end and the nether, and then there's 3 whole dimensions to explore. Yeah, or like even like another mini boss in the shulker cities, like in
Yeah,
the end
true.
cities.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
could be one of the 9 bosses or something.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty hard to get to. You've got to like bridge across to find this structure in the end cities.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and you have to retrieve their item and place it next to the dragon egg, and
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
can spawn your final boss.
Mm.
But I also think like leading up to fast travel would be really interesting. Something like Chambers TPs in Valorant,
Yeah.
where you only have 2, you can only teleport between 2 places,
Yeah.
and you can pick them up and move them if you need to.
Mm.
But so it's not overpowered. You
Yeah.
can't just click where you want in the
In
world
the-
and
yeah,
go there.
yeah, yeah.
But you know, you can't just like write in coordinates. But you have 2 teleports. You can place one in your base and like
Yeah.
one down in your mine,
mines,
for
yeah.
example, and go whip and go whoosh, and
Yeah.
just go back to your base, or you know, have one.
So like on either sides of a mountain, or like on
Exactly.
the top of a mountain
Yeah.
and then one on the bottom, in
Exactly,
case
you
you
know.
just want to.
Yeah, or like one like you know in one part of your base, one over there, like you know what I
Yeah.
mean. The end ships could have a mega shulker, like a 4x4 shulker that takes half health or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the shulkers how they make you levitate, but you still just have to like get in with your sword and whack. them.
Yeah, yeah.
They're still like the same mob.
But then
as
they
the
also
other
have a
mob.
way of like shielding themselves. Like
Yeah, it's kind of
it's
cool.
the perfect recipe
Yeah.
for like
Yeah,
a boss. Yeah.
I agree. Joshi, you've got to vote as a representative on the Minecraft board. Let's go.
Yeah. But like, literally, we're just sitting down right now and just coming up with so many ideas. Like, why
Yeah.
can't they just implement these
Yeah.
things
And
instead of making a whole update for like bees?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like the new update that's like the wild update.
Yeah, yeah.
What is in the update apart from a warden who doesn't drop anything
Yeah.
and frogs?
Yeah.
What else is in the
And
update?
goats.
How does that take them 2 years?
Yeah.
To
yeah.
like make the wild update.
Yeah,
like it's just
exactly.
frogs and a boss that doesn't drop
Yeah.
anything. Like
Well, it's Pentagon.
yeah. I'm angry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
So look, Minecraft, a fantastic game,
yes. And,
and
very
it'll
fun
always,
to speedrun.
yeah, and it'll always be one of my favorite games ever.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. But,
But it needs more in-game content.
I think now it really does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I guess that's episode 3.
Yeah.
Thank you all for being here.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for Danzig and
Thank you.
Luca behind the camera
Thank you guys
for helping us out.
making this possible.
Yeah, bringing it all together. I really don't want to pack up this room.
We'll get some beats going and
Yeah, maybe I just like fall asleep here now and just don't pack up this room.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to fucking Mark's bacon when you come back.
Yeah.
But thank you all for being here. Who should we raid? Your mom?
Your mom.
Your mom?
Appreciate you waiting, Steve.
Yeah, appreciate you, AC.
Thanks,
Let's
Wakesy.
raid Ray. We haven't raided Ray. Have we raided Ray? I don't think we've raided Ray in a while.
Don't think so.
I just typed /KingAsian21. Pretty sure that's not how it works. /raid
Well,
KingAsian21.
actually, I really wish we had more of that orange lightsaber. It looks sick.
Yeah.
What?
At the end of Rise of Skywalker, it's like, you know, like it turns the lightsaber it's orange.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't remember it because it's a shit film.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Passion, thanks for being here. Wakey, thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed the episode.
yeah. Thanks, everyone.
And I hope you enjoy Ray's stream. You'll make sure to see us next week. Let's go. Let's go. Every Thursday, 7:30 p.m.
Yep.
AEST.
That's it.
Also, you rated Ray yesterday. Nice. I love Ray. What a legend. Also, make sure you follow all of those socials. Sub on the YouTube, follow on the TikTok, like up all the funny clips that I spend hours working on. Follow it on Spotify. Huge. Anyway, make sure you give Ray some love. Here's a raid message. Forgot about that. Forgot how to be a streamer for a second. Grab that raid message and yeah, I guess we are going to raid. So I hope you have a great rest of your night. Hope you have a wonderful evening and thank you for being here.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch
Thanks
to the
for listening.
end screen and we are going to